Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose, and this video we are going to be doing a little weekly tarot reading. I have some things I want to discuss, some cool things coming up, and just get you caught up on everything that I'm doing. I'm sorry that the last couple days the tarot readings haven't been done. Honestly, like Christmas has been happening. And that came in really quick, with hair and doing clients and then just getting my videos done. And, for the holidays, Steven and I spend Christmas apart, so we're doing that this week. Just getting a bunch of stuff done and videos kind of fell through. But I'm going to do a 3-card spread for the rest of this week, and you can catch my daily cards on my Instagram. I just won't have videos this week for them. We have a full moon coming up on Saturday. Just want to get that stuff prepared. You'll have videos next week, and there'll be the video for the full moon. Just this week, life just happened, and I'm human, and I just couldn't get to them. So this is where we're at, and it's okay. Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches and accept what's going on anyways. So let's get going with the end of this week of reading. Right now, I feel like things are a little muddy and feel murky. Our energy feels a little exhausted. Today is, when I'm filming this, it's Wednesday, and for the day I pulled the Page of Wands in reverse. And that's just talking about feeling overwhelmed. All these things are becoming exposed and unearthed and very much in our point of view, or, in our focus. And now that we are allowing the future to kind of unfold, these things that are leaving us and these, maybe these losses that are taking place, it's kind of like draining our energy. We're feeling a little lost in that, and that's okay. Again, we're human. But the best way to move through this is to not allow yourself to get, torn down, bogged down by these things that are happening, by these losses, by these failures, right? They're not really failures, they're learning opportunities. But overcome your problems, overcome your circumstances, and fight back. We can do that. We have the strength to do that. We've been through so much, and especially within this last year, or these last 2 years, Jesus, it feels like a year, but these last 2 years with the pandemic, we've really been pushed. But just trust that, your spirit is always leading you in the place that you need to go, and that anything that is happening for you. So allow it to break down, allow it to fall away, allow yourself to go on this journey and to find the discovery of what the universe was trying to bring you to. You're gonna have a lot smoother of a ride than trying to, combat it. So be nice on yourself. Coming up within this next week, we got the full moon in Gemini, and that's going to really illuminate the way that we communicate and illuminate our ideas and what we've been kind of brainstorming on how we're going to progress forward. Woo, woo. Alrighty, so 4 cards flew out, so we're not doing 3, we're doing 4, but I love 4 because 4 is structure, it's foundation, it's stability. So even though we are feeling very unstable at this point, and we have all these new ideas and we have all these things that we want to do, but we feel like we're being held back, it is finding that structure and what makes you feel stable in this, unearthing of it. Or it is really like, kind of deconstructing what we have, thought was stable, what we thought was stable in our life, and building something even stronger. But I love that it's 4. 4 is an even number. You can kind of balance, But we start off with the Star, and this, I love it. Because, like I said, we're not in touch. We're feeling a little not in touch with our emotions right now. And maybe this is Thursday. I love Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, we'll do that. Thursday, we may be feeling like, the Star. We get back in touch with our spirit, our essence, and we allow ourselves to be balanced. That, even though we're crazy and chaotic right now, that if we just tune in to our light and what makes us excited, what makes us, light up, then we can find a way forward. The star is about balance, and it's about feeding yourself spiritually and also physically, and allowing this connection between your mind, body, and spirit to be what brings you forward, to find this like alchemy in life that in even your hard situations are bringing a good situation, and to just kind of trust it moving forward, because we have the Queen of Cups here after the star, and she kind of flipped out both ways. I was unsure, but so let's talk about her. The Queen of Cups, she sits here and she's spiritual. She is ethereal. She is in tune with her dreams, and she sees her vision clearly. She leads with her emotions, but doesn't allow them to take control, but comes from a balanced place. She sees what she holds in her hand, just like the star here, right? She's got this big cup, and that's your that's your vision of the future. Those are your dreams. Those are your desires. That is what you see for yourself. And she's holding it. Your talents, your gifts, things that you're working on, your passions, right? She's holding it in her hand. And being the star, getting in touch with that energy both days, going to be really helpful and impactful for us kind of turning this around and moving forward. She's sitting on this stone throne. And just like the star here, she's got one foot in the water and then one on land. So again, that balance between the both, being that conduit that sits between your higher self and your ego, and learning how to merge the two together. So there may be some of us this week that can do that can find the magic in the circumstances, in the situations that are arising, and still see your power clearly. And there may be some of us that are feeling a little reversed, are, maybe our dreams are getting a little blurry and we're not so sure on what we're supposed to be doing going forward. But I love the Queen of Cups because she always has faith regardless. She has faith in what she's doing. She trusts herself. She trusts her, magical abilities, her connection to the other realms, and her intuition. And she knows that regardless if she's here or here, and those are your emotions. Some days you're feeling good, and some days you're feeling good, and some days you just wake up and you may be on the wrong side of the bed. That's okay. We're human, right? But we know at the end of the day that we're the star, right? To be cliche, that we're the star, and we can get through this. We can move through whatever is coming up, whatever is showing face, because we hold everything we've ever wanted in our hands, in our hearts. There's blue all around here, so that's intuition, right? That's clarity, that's peace, that's balance. So tune into that when things become a little awry throughout this week, or this end of this week, because we have the devil. That might show ahead on Saturday or just in general, because as we are making these new changes, and that's actually so funny that this came up, because I say even in my own life right now, I can feel like I'm making all these changes and I'm going in the right direction, and I'm making, I'm really being intentional with my self-discipline, and I'm really trying to keep up my consistency, but I can feel my shadow side, my ego, trying to plant little seeds in, kind of change the direction in which I'm going. And I feel like that's exactly what this card is bringing up today, is that you might feel that may come up where, you are riding, you are the star and you feel excited and you're tuned into your intuition, but then there's something in the back of your mind that say you're building a website, you have, your company's growing, you're building a website, you're really excited to move forward, you're doing all these things, and then you're working on it, and then you get a thought in your mind, like, maybe I should see what so-and-so is doing and go hang out with them, and kind of distract you from what you're doing. There's going to be some distractions that come up this week that kind of stop us, that are trying to stop us from moving forward, because we're moving in such a positive direction that our old self sometimes wants to pull us back. Our ego kind of wants to, take it, pull it back a little bit, because we're a little bit in the unknown, and it's just trying to poke its head, get my words together. Because the ego is not here to hurt, it's here to help. It is your survival mode. It is what protects you and keeps you healthy and safe. Right? Or that's its thought. And so when you're doing new things and it can't predict and it can't, look for the problems to keep ourselves safe, it tries to present distractions to keep us away from the things that we're working on. That's okay, as long as we understand what our things are, and, call them out when we see them pop up, because ultimately, this devil here is about those things that we keep ourselves chained to. And I say ourselves chained to because these people are sitting here and they have chains around their necks, but they're not locked and it's not tight. It's not like they're choking. It's not really like they're being held against their will. If they wanted to move forward and leave the devil, all they have to do is take it off and leave themselves. So in these emotions that we are getting caught up in this week, and this feeling of like being overwhelmed and exhausted, maybe we're the ones exhausting ourselves. And there's so many things that could be going on right now. And I understand that, and you are valid. But maybe our tendency to want to overanalyze or, find the problem before it even exists is what is actually exhausting us. It's time for us to kind of just deal with things as they arise, as they come up, and we will honestly see a way better way, or we will see a better way through it that way than kind of ignoring that it's around. Does that make sense? Because after this, we have the Three of Wands in reverse, and so it's kind of being like, again, that stagnant energy of not knowing to move forward, of wanting a new beginning and seeing it, but unsure how to communicate that with ourselves or how to move through this energy of the devil. So be patient as you move through this week or the end of this week, and the full moon pops up, because that really is going to illuminate all of these things. Oh, if we were doing days, this would come up on Saturday, and that's the full moon. So, okay. That just makes this deeper, because it really is. It's going to illuminate that shadow aspect inside of ourselves and really put it front and center, and very clear communication on what that is with ourselves. It's a time where our emotions are heightened and our intuition is heightened. Queen of Cups right here. So we can see that laid out be in the beginning of the week, and you can feel that. And I think that's too where this unsettled energy comes from, or feeling stagnant, or this loss of confidence, because this full moon is coming in and we can already feel it, because we're so in tuned already, especially with the Queen of Cups coming up, that we're kind of going to be our skin's going to feel, I feel like, very itchy on Saturday. That's okay, but we got to move through that. There's something that we need to let go of. We need to change, take off of our neck, so that we can finally move and progress forward, because that's what's really going to be holding us back. And we're going to feel a little down by it. We're going to be unsure how to communicate that, or what to even do with the messages that we received from this. But that's okay, because in this space, you're only you're learning and you're transitioning, and there is not supposed to be any moving forward right now, because even though you're here and you feel like you're not moving, I don't know if this is making sense. If you're here and you feel like you're not moving, this is still a wand. So it still has to do with your purpose, and it still has to do with your path, and you have to move through this, and you have to transition, and you have to transform through whatever this is pulling up for you, whatever this full moon brings up for us this week, for it to turn around and for us to be able to travel and to experience the new beginning that we've been, waiting for, that we've been working on, so that we can hit Capricorn season, which I love that the devil pops up, so that we can hit Capricorn season ready to put in the work towards this new beginning that we desire. Do we get that? Because this beginning is filled with yellow. It's filled with happiness. It's filled with our desires. And it really is here to help us, or just to align us with the things that we want, right? Like, so hippy-dippy, but true in its actuality. So when looking back on these cards, we have the Star, the Queen of Cups, the Devil, and the Three of Wands in reverse. And it feels heavy and it feels tough, and I'm not going to say that it isn't, because it definitely is, and we're all going to be affected by it differently. But when you're just around, when you're out and about and you're connecting with people, you're engaging with people, you're having conversations with people, just keep in mind that our egos are out right now, because we're changing and we're a little scared, and that's okay. Naked and afraid. That's my favorite thing I always say about the Star, because we are naked and afraid. We are standing out authentically who we are, and we're a little afraid that we could be shamed, that we could be judged, that we could be told that we're not good enough, right? Because maybe before, when we were ourselves authentically, that's what the response was. And so we might be a little nervous about this, and so this pops back up, but it's okay, because even the devil has black around him, and black is a color for protection. It can be negativity too, but it also is protecting us. There's something that needs to be uncovered and discovered again, for us to move and groove forward. I like that. But ultimately we can do it. We can handle it. We can fight this fight because it's for our future. It's for the betterment of our life, and it's for our happiness and our joy. And we can do it. It ain't that bad, because look at here at the bottom, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we're working, right? We're admiring this work. This is another step in the process of work. And these next, again, we're in eclipse season, so this next 18 months is going to be tricky, but it's here for us to really grow this garden. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, Death, and the King of Pentacles. So I love that Death even comes up here too, because to have this vision of the future, we got to let go of some things that we thought used to make us feel secure. Wow, I love that. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I love you and thank you for tuning in. Oh my God, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week on the daily tarot readings.